Good morning. It is Friday. It is the end of the week. It is 10:07 a.m. May 15th, the Ides of May. I think the book was the Ides of March. I don't remember for sure because I hate reading, and we've discussed that last week. Well, let's bring on some co-hosts. Let's bring on Laura.
Good morning. How are you?
I like how your intro has like a little drums in it. It's like the glitch music's pretty good.
Thank you. I kind of mixed that all together myself with a bunch of different sounds.
So that is a bunch of audio tracks.
Yeah. It's like 6 different glitch sounds with like one music track underneath.
I like it. It's good.
It
Makes me feel like we're in the Caribbean. I should have a pina colada delivered.
That would be life right now, right?
That would be great. Christina's here. Let's bring her in. I really have to pay for that clip and get rid of the audio.
No, I'm gonna.
What the hell? You having a good time today? All right. Thanks, Christina. You've been real. Thanks for joining us. Let's make her full stream.
Are you okay?
How's your internet? You work for an IT company? Maybe you should give them a call. 347-830-7322. Option 2. Speak with Josh or Gary. Maybe John. Can't even hear you. That's great. Good. No. Thanks, though. Oh, yeah. She does not work for us. I don't know. That was an imposter who looked like Christina.
Totally negate all of that.
She is back. Let's try this again.
She is not happy right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
yes, we can hear you.
I had to load this page 3 times. At first, you guys were all glitchy, so I plugged in my Ethernet.
No, that was her intro.
And when you were actually on the screen. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't know what just happened.
Did you dye your hair?
Well, I dyed it like a week ago, back to black.
Back to black? So I'm just noticing now?
No, you even commented on it. Remember, you're like, it looks like it has a blue tint to it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, now I see the blue again. It's hard to tell with your pixelated standard definition.
Pixelated?
It's not.
Well, if that's the case, it's your laptop, buddy.
I'll give you this. Last night on Gotham After Dark, which I only got to be on for a little bit because I'm dealing with everything with Nicole, and I had to go upstairs. They have this guy, not Sean Fink, Patrick Fink. He's like a chef, and he's great. Like I love watching him cook. His camera was completely pixelated. Like he's cooking and chopping things up, and they're zooming, and it looked like a bunch of blur. And then Mike from Gotham was doing Flip Cup versus Alex. They were playing Flip Cup together, and you can't even. Brandon Fink, right? Thank you. What did I say, Dave?
David.
So they're playing Flip Cup, and Mike's camera is so blurry you can barely tell what he's doing. Yeah. I'm like, you guys are trying to do like you have to cook. You're trying to do something, and you can't see anything. It's like But it's the same thing. Like Todd apparently yesterday during the SIDC interviews he does kept losing internet, and like so in the middle of the interview he would drop out. And
he's got to get that fixed. It's very annoying.
I've been telling him for 2 months now.
He's been telling him for months. I know he knows. What's he doing though?
And then he complains about his laptop. I even prepared a laptop here for him and said, "Come borrow it for whatever you need. You need it? I have it. It's sitting in the closet doing nothing." I reinstalled Windows on it for him. I had it all prepped, and he never came.
Wow, that's a dick move. You should have just came and took it at least, like pretend you're using it.
Yeah, I'm using it, no problem. Right, so I have a spare laptop here. So Laura and I were talking before we came on about music we listened to, and I was telling her how my playlist is pretty much that of a teenage boy. You would agree?
Well,
right?
I would be a teenage boy if that was the case because we share a lot of musical interests. What do you listen to, though? You look like you listen to like Bright Eyes and like
what is Bright Eyes?
And like Death Cab for a Cutie and stuff like that.
That's pretty good.
You did just explain a lot of my middle school.
Yeah, I would have been friends with you in middle school. You would have been part of the rocker crew.
I always felt like I was on that weird edge of like I listened to a lot of music that was like the rocker alternative, like
Yeah.
kind of, edging into that like emo
Yeah.
sad scene.
Yeah.
But I didn't like commit to it 100%. Like
You didn't like dress like it and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I didn't dress like it.
Stuff.
I didn't dye my hair. I didn't like have any of the clothing or I just looked like a normal person with sad music. It was didn't fit.
I just like could tell though, like for some, there's still something about someone's style that like identifies them in like a certain way for some reason. They're like up to your haircut and color, and like that was enough to like she likes stuff like that, like you still look like that for some. It's weird to explain, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I still look like I listen to metal, because I have like long black hair, and that's just like an identifier. I don't know.
So it's funny because like all through high school, I listened to rock and punk and everything, but I didn't really dress it in high school. Like I tried to kind of fit in, and then it was like my first year of college is when everything was off, like all bets were off. So like my parents didn't really control me. They kind of let me do anything I want, but there were certain things I was never allowed to do. Right, I wasn't allowed to play an instrument because they didn't want to hear the noise.
Really?
Like I wasn't allowed to like dye my hair because my mom's they're like, come on, you can't do that. So first year of college, first thing I did, go buy a guitar, dyed my hair red. But like I would only dye the flip.
It was
ridiculous. Like so in my first license photo, it's me with like it was after it went from red to pink, right? Because it always fades.
Faded out, yeah.
Yeah. So like my first license photo is, and I have it up
you have,
there.
like, so salmon colored flip.
Oh yes, exactly. It's like my salmon colored flip. Luckily, I controlled myself to the point where I didn't end up getting like tattoos. Not that I love tattoos, but like I'm thinking about all the tattoos I ever wanted. Where I want them now.
I would have
probably
not my tattoos.
You wouldn't have. No,
I
but
would have maybe
like,
kept my neck, but my sleeve I probably would have not gotten.
No. So like I always wanted. So the weirdest thing about me that like most people know, like I've never even tried pot. Like I've never smoked pot. And people are like, really, you've never smoked pot? Like
you never did pot, man.
Right. But for some reason the one tattoo I always wanted was an alien smoking a joint, like giving the peace sign. Like
you're so weird. I don't know.
I have no idea, but that was like. But can you imagine and then explain to people like, oh, you must have been a big pothead. Oh no, I never smoked a joint in my life. I just like it.
A lot of fish.
And then there was a time another tattoo I wanted was I had a Mazda RX-8 because I was big in the cars, and a Mazda was a rotary engine. No, Mazda's a rotary engine compared to a piston engine. So I wanted like a rotor hanging a piston, like looking like, hey, I'm killing this piston. Now I have a Chevrolet Corvette, which is back to being a piston. So now I'll be like, oh yeah, I used to like rotaries, but piston was all the way. And cross that out. I don't know. The only logo I think I would ever get, or a tattoo now would be like maybe the business logo on it, like because that is a part of me, But then at the same point, do I really need to put that on? Like,
no, you wear a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like,
that's what I realized later in life is like a lot of my tattoos would have been better as like art hanging on my wall. Like my sleeve is beautiful. The artwork is like pristinely done. He's one of the top tattooers for what he does, but I don't want it on my body. Like, it's one of those things that at 19 was a great idea. 23 was a great idea. 31 probably wouldn't have done.
Now, did you finish your sleeve or is it on?
No, my sleeve still has probably about 7-8 hours of work left. That's why I have just half the outline. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I look like an idiot with half of her tattoo done, but I don't want to commit to getting it finished because I don't really want it, Like I'm kind of stuck between like, what do I do at this point? I can't get it lasered off. I have so much work. Like my arm will look like a burn victim after a laser session, So like I don't really know.
And that's the only way, right? That they get rid of it, laser
really
and burn it off.
Lasering until they come up with some other ingenious way.
Well, you could get it removed, like your whole arm removed, and get a robotic arm, and you could really go into the techie.
They already have robotic arm emojis. I mean, they have the muscle with the robotic arm. I'm set.
You could become like. There's lots of great movies where the robotic arm really comes into play, like in
Plus, I'm a righty, so I don't really need my left hand for much, and it's already going down on me. So.
I wouldn't say that because I think we want both our hands. They kind of come in important. I think.
Yeah.
I think even my fingers. Like I joke around. Like when I was getting like disability insurance one day, I'm like, if I cut off my fingertip, like, do I get the disability? He's like, no, you have to lose. It was like past a certain amount of. I was like, I can't just be there and be like, chop. Oh, okay, I can't work anymore. He's like, no, it don't work that way. But yeah, what is she saying? Wrecking bomb. Look into it.
I've heard of that stuff, the tiger bomb stuff.
And what does it do? Like scratch? But you can't, right? Because the tattoo is deep in.
Oh,
right?
no, the wrecking bomb is, it's supposed to be this lotion that like eventually dissolves the ink out. I've looked into it. It doesn't look like it has that great high of a success rate. Yeah, Jen, you're right. I know. But the problem also is, so when I first got my work done, I initially got this girl only. I got her done, and I got her done at the New York Tattoo Convention. So my tattoo artist is originally from Delaware. He came to Brooklyn. Actually, the first time I got her the outline, he came to Smith Street Tattoo in Brooklyn. So I got the outline done. I wound up driving out to Delaware to get her filled in. He came back to Smith Street. I got the anchor part done, and he did that all in one day. And then he wound up coming back to the city to do the New York Tattoo Convention, in which he did the whole rest of my sleeve, the whole outline. He had a 2-hour spot to fill. I'm stuck in an hour and a half worth of traffic on the friggin' Lincoln Tunnel, so I really only had an hour and a half of time to do the tattoo. I was like, no cigarette breaks, no talking, bang out my arm. So he does the whole sleeve, the whole rest of my sleeve in an hour and a half. He moves from Delaware to Boston, but at this time he was starting to pick up a lot of traction because he's known for his girl heads. Like his traditional Japanese style girl heads are what he's known for. So he did a whole book of all of his best girl heads, and he basically did like a world tour, tattooing all across the world, promoting the book. His name's Todd Noble. He goes by Noble. Noble is the tattoo artist, but his name is Todd Noble. Shout out to Noble if you're watching. He is my Facebook friend. But yeah, so he was touring the world promoting his girl head book, and there was no way I was getting an appointment with him for like a solid 2 years, and that was really the 2 years not being able to get tattooed that made me realize, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this was like, I got my neck done from like someone in Staten Island that's a great artist, but I don't know, it was just getting too difficult to get an appointment, nearly impossible to then be able to go out to Boston for fucking 8 hours and sit there, like it would have to be like a whole trip to make it worth it to go out to Boston. So it just never happened. And here I am.
How far is Boston? 4 hours?
It's like 4 hours, yeah.
I haven't been to Boston since being a little kid.
I used to go to Boston when I lived in Albany. It was like still 4 hours from Albany, but just felt closer for some reason.
Yeah, I used to go from Albany. It was closer. It was 4 hours away. 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Far, but I don't know. It just was a different time. Good time.
But now, does it hurt? Like I hear mixed things. Like
that. Yeah, it's a needle going into your skin.
Needle dragging through your skin, like at high speed.
What hurt the most? Your neck, or they say that hurts a lot, right?
You know what hurt the most? My neck didn't hurt that bad.
It's my wrist. Body.
My wrist was my first tattoo ever. This was so bad, and then I actually have right over here tattooed. I have City and Color lyrics. I wound up. So my friend was doing this tattoo for me. She worked at Tattoo Mania at that point, the girl Erica. She's tattooing the back. I don't even feel it. I'm like, have you started? She's already halfway up. I'm like, wow, like I don't even feel anything. She gets to the top of my bone. I'm like, whoa, okay, I need to take a break. I'm like, let me go to the deli next door. I need to grab a water bottle. Like, I didn't expect that. They find me passed out on the floor of the deli next door to Tattoo Mania, completely just like blood sugar went down, and just they found me on the floor of Tattoo Mania. I didn't even realize like what happened. I was like,
and now could you imagine a guy getting that same tattoo? Because women's pain tolerance is far superior to men, because a woman's body is designed for labor.
Yeah,
and
that's what they told me when I went into the hospital for like my surgery this summer. They were like, "How are you walking around with this pain?" I'm like,
That's
bad,
fine.
I guess. Like,
it's so weird, right? Because when you it's just it's stereotypical, but men are like tend to be stronger, right? There's certain aspects. However, our pain tolerance doesn't compare. They say a woman's
like
pain
you're
tolerance
little
is
weenies.
yeah, we're weenies. And you even look like it's even simple stuff. Like if I get a cold, Dave, I don't think it hurts. He's trying to be manly for you.
Of course, that's what everybody does.
So, but like even like it goes back to like I get a cold, I'm like a little girl. And see, I'm saying I'm like a little girl, but I'm not because girls are stronger. I don't know what I'm like. I just whine and I'm like a baby, and I'm like,
you're not like a woman.
yeah, like Nicole's like, are you kidding me? It's like you have a cold, get over it. Oh, please bring me food. She's like, it's like so bad. Hey, Moss,
What's up?
Those are like the moments I really don't miss having a boyfriend is when like people get sick because I know every guy is when they get sick. It's like the world is ending. Like I have to cater to your runny nose. Get up.
You'll be fine.
I don't know if Moss will be like that. He seems like the type he'll just deal with it.
What?
If you're sick, are you are you whiny or you just nah?
I'm bitchy.
You're always bitchy. What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Working on projects.
Well, are these projects that will bring you money?
No, they never bring me money.
No, you're just working for the sake of working.
Just
it's the time going.
Time. We are. Oh, Dave has 2 tattoos. There were a few spots that were uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on like the spot of your body because like sometimes it just doesn't really.
The elbow really hurt. The elbow sucked.
Yeah,
and here
down here and like this. I didn't even
imagine pinching over here.
Sucks. Like
you know when you get that pinch right here, someone bugs you. Like, that's how it feels like it's tattooed in there a million times over.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me. I'm glad. I'll stay with that.
My neck really wasn't that bad though. My neck really wasn't that bad. So
like back of the neck, back. I've heard.
I thought they said that would hurt. No.
It didn't hurt me that much. It was quick. I mean, it was like an hour and a half. I just leaned on the thing and I had my headphones in and just I don't know. It also depends on the tattooer because some tattoo artists go very deep. That's just how they were taught. It's what they like a traditional style tattoo. American tradition, you got to go really deep. You got to get that thick line. Certain other types of artwork, you don't need to go that deep. You want a thin stroke, so it depends on that too.
Mm-hmm.
See, my mom had no tattoos, and then the day I graduated high school, she got her first tattoo.
My dad got his first tattoo when I first moved out. The day I moved out.
Yeah, and she
got a feather.
A feather,
like a bird leaving the nest. Yeah.
She got it was something on her. It's on her ankle, and I'm assuming the ankle probably hurts then, right? Because the ankle bone's right there.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty bad.
I heard the foot hurts.
Yeah, like
I don't have anything other than my neck and my arm and my hands. I don't have anything from those.
I've got one on the back of my calf, but it stops like right before how it's like your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Right before that. But it was like a super thin line one, so I barely felt it the entire time.
Yeah, I can't get one that stops from calf to ankle because Moss will tell you I have cankles, so they're all together. Correct, Moss?
Big Ed on 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, look, is that a check? No, that's a bill. American Express.
That's a bill.
Was I right? American Express?
It was American Express.
I could tell by the lettering, the box on it. I get those bills. Now, I will tell you, American Express is working with all business owners. If you call them and let them know, hey, right now, 0 hit on your credit, and they will move your payment a month or two. Not a 0 hit. They don't take any reward points away. Nothing. They said they completely understand. As long as you're a long-term customer with them and you have a good history, they will move anything without any effects to you. So it is something to think about. I know, Moss, you're not a big fan of moving and owing, but it always helps for cash flow.
It does. It does.
Especially when they say it will not affect you at all. We completely understand. I changed my USB cable yesterday, and this USB cable must suck because I watch every once in a while my camera flickers in and out.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, because I got one of those USB cables off Amazon that has like a right angle built into the cable. So because I'm trying to make things now, I got this whole little
You
setup
might
here.
as well just hold your cables like this whole day.
It's like so it's got the built-in, and every once in a while I just see flicker. I'm like, oh no, what is that? So I guess I'm going
China.
back. Hang on. They've hacked in.
Gosh.
How was it? So how were you on the rest of Gotham After Dark, Moss?
I was there till I think we stayed on until about 12.
So you stayed on longer than he said, because he said Mike was going to cut it at 90
Cut it at
minutes.
90 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then I got tired and I left.
Did you? How did they play more games, more flip cups that you couldn't? They were all blurred out and you couldn't really see what they were doing.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
And like I want to see what I couldn't even tell what Fink was cooking. It was too blurry. All I know was it looked like asparagus. I don't know if it was asparagus. I have no string beans. I don't know. All I could tell is it was a bunch of green blurry stuff in one end of the screen.
Right?
Right? I don't get it. But look, Todd does it too, right? Todd's always blur, like has internet issues, and I've been telling him for 2 months. We were talking about this earlier. What to do? He doesn't do it. But you were bashing me on the Kiwanis. What happened? Your laptop disconnected from Wi-Fi?
Oh, I don't. It took a minute to find it.
Oh, I gotta love. So, like Michelle Krupe is like one of my best friends. That's Jimmy's girlfriend, Christina.
Yeah.
So she has the same Dell XPS laptop I have, but I don't know what angle she sets up like her camera. She's the only person when she's on a webcam meeting, you see the keyboard. Like you see the keyboard. And I'm always like, Krupe, what are you doing? Like, I'm not supposed to see your keyboard. Like,
how does that
like,
happen? Like,
wait, I gotta bring this. Let me pull this up because
You
Nicole
gotta be
made a
sitting like below the laptop at that point.
Nicole said it looks like she's in it. I'm gonna email it to myself because it'll be funny. It'll be better. I don't know if I'll be able to. Nicole says it looks like she's at a guillotine that's about to take her head off.
Oh, no.
She's gonna yell at me.
Oh,
If she sees it.
wow, that's not a flattering angle.
Well, it's the screenshot I have, but I don't understand. Like,
Oh,
how do you?
that angle is
Yeah. Like, how do you see the keyboard in it? Like, I'm like,
funny.
and she's like, you sold me the laptop. I'm like, what does that mean? You're not supposed to have the
That doesn't
laptop on
mean
an
anything.
angle like this. And I don't get it.
Inside the computer, like,
Right. It's supposed to be like a 90 degree,
yeah.
or usually it's 90
Yeah.
degree or higher. You don't usually go lower. And so
Yeah.
every time we have a meeting, I just attack her, and she's like always yelling at me, but it's just so and then she starts typing, so all you see is her hands. You can't even see her face. And then you get to see Moss's beautiful coffee ceiling. You don't have the pleasure because you guys are on the Breakfast with Bloomy midday show. We're in his office. Gotham After Dark, he broadcasts from his house. And I will say, Moss, you do really, like, I know we joke about it. You have the most beautiful ceiling. I love that coffee ceiling. If I could do that coffee ceiling, I would. But you can't because that's an extension, so your ceiling's higher than mine. If I built out that coffee ceiling, I'd be hitting my head as I walk through the room. But it is a gorgeous view.
Thank you.
That's why I take pictures and virtually give myself this coffee ceiling.
Bust my chops. I don't care. All fair and love and war.
He did a good job with that
He
one.
definitely did a good job.
And then are you redoing at some point the one in your dining room?
Yes.
That was two different guys did that, right?
Yes. It wasn't. It wasn't anyone. That was partially my fault. I tried a new material, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It ain't broke. Stick with wood. Yeah, he does have a beautiful view, a beautiful ceiling. But he's there. That was our Kiwanis meeting. So yesterday I was on 4 different video calls with you. We were on 3 shows, and then Kiwanis. I think we see each other too much. I think after this we might have to not see each other for a month or 2.
I'm actually thinking that I want to cut back on midday with Moss. I think it's too much.
Are you?
Yeah. It's hard. Like I get wrapped up in things. By the time we're done, it's hard to be on at 10 to 11 in the morning, 3 to 4. And it's like, it just,
Oh, it's funny because I was thinking the same thing yesterday. Because like with everything going on with Nicole, I'm like, all right, so you do the morning show. By the time you finish the morning show, and then we talk in the green room for 45 minutes, it's 12 o'clock. Then you eat lunch. Then I have an hour and a half, and then we're back on 3, and then 3 to 4, and then it's you got an hour left.
4:30, like
right.
Yeah,
But then at the same time, I'm like, we're 9 weeks into this. We've done it every day. We're almost at the end. Do we bail now, or do we just keep going?
Because what if the end for one is not the end for all?
We're nowhere near the end, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
100 shows is impressive enough.
What's that?
100 shows is impressive enough. It's 100 more than anyone else has done.
Correct. So then, right. And if we do cut back, what I would do is cut it back in a way that maybe we do one show a day. So maybe it's a breakfast, midday, breakfast, midday, breakfast,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe swap each week. So 1 week there's 3, but you don't want it to also get overly confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's ways to do it. We got our 2 o'clock show today, Christina.
I know.
And the week with the geeks.
Where's Todd today?
Todd books all of his meetings for during our show. So he has a meeting. He texted me this morning. Have a meeting at 10. I'll definitely be late. It's like, okay,
Sounds
apparently
like
if it sounds like it, if you booked the meeting from 10 to 11, I guess you're probably not going to be on at all.
He's gonna pop on at the very end like he loves to do. And then, what's up? What are we talking about?
Hey guys, sorry, business.
I'm actually gonna have to probably jump off in a minute anyway. I got a couple of clients looking to postpone.
Now, do you have any updates, any news, anything you want to discuss, or are you saving everything for midday?
Not really. What do we got?
No, I don't know if there's anything.
Yeah, no,
I'm giving you your chance to speak before you go. Any rants, anything we want to do?
No, I mean, I spoke to some people, some local, political people. Everyone's kind of, the same thing. Let's do our part. We got to be concerned about the kids. And just, I don't know. I think today and tomorrow is going to be very interesting. It's 85 degrees out today,
Okay.
and
tomorrow's 77.
I mean, it's going to be a shit show.
Today they say it's tonight. There's supposed to be like crazy storms.
Yeah,
with hail. Yeah, I think starting like I think 6 o'clock. They said like 6 or 7. I think hail and because we have this huge high front coming in, and then it's going to just start destroying, and then it's supposed to cool down tomorrow. And I think rain all next week. The last I looked.
Oh, what else is new?
Well, and there was another. Let's see. All right, 83 today, 76 tomorrow, 60 on Sunday. So talk about the fronts like battling it out, right? So we have a cold front coming back in, but I'll take 60. And then Monday and Tuesday rain. Wednesday is 59, and then rain Thursday, rain Friday. Now here's the good news. They can't even know what the weather's going to be today. So they say rain on Monday. It might be the most beautiful day of the year. Who knows? And when there was another earthquake today in Nevada, a 5.9, I think.
Groupie, how not to blind CC the whole world on everything?
I've given up. Why did she just send a email?
Yeah, to 76 people. No, I'm lying. Hold on. 50-something people that, there was only a couple of us on the call, and everyone that wasn't on the call is going to be opinionated.
Of course they will be. Yeah, 6.5 earthquake at 7:03 a.m. We had the one last week, right? I don't remember what day that was that I felt and I woke up and I was like, there's definitely an earthquake. And
we
then
had an earthquake?
I thought that was like Monday.
I think it might have been.
Feel that.
It was in the middle of the night. It happened at like 5:30 a.m. It was 200 miles north of here, so we didn't have like anything like that you would really feel. But I felt it because I was laying in bed and I woke up and I'm like, why is my bed like shaking? And then I'm like, am I shaking my legs? I'm like, what is happening here? And then later that morning, I went on the internet. I was like, earthquake, New York, and came up that we had an earthquake 200 miles. So there's been, I think this is like the third or fourth. There was one, but that's what happens, right? Once you have an earthquake, the plates shift and they start to settle.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is not
tectonic plates. I remember hearing about that in school.
It's tectonic plates. The earth is getting rid of us. It's like you're out of here,
I think
guy.
the Chinese did a good job of
that. Do you? He's like, I think the Chinese did a good job. Bye-bye. Bang.
No, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, we'll just stay quarantined until 2098. Until we get down to to 0.00000001. That one person will go out and infect everyone again, and we'll do this all again.
There won't be anybody left at that point because no one will be able to reproduce.
Yeah.
Eventually people have to meet each other, so you have to get out. Whose ring is that?
Mine. Oh, that's nice. The mayor is going to unveil New York City's COVID-19 heat wave plan to buy 74,000 air conditioners. That's nice. Let's go buy 74,000 air conditioners for people that never wanted to buy them, or instead of doing the right thing and for their home went out and bought $300 pair of Air Jordans, and let's not pay people to unemployment. Good job, guys. Fucking idiots.
I'm assuming you still haven't gotten unemployment?
I thought I got it today, but it was Desiree's paycheck.
You're like, yes. And is it when you call, you wait forever? How is that?
No, I call, I go through the process, and then they tell me I don't exist.
Huh.
Well, that's kind of like when I go on the IRS, get my payment stimulus to check status. It kind of tells me I don't exist. So
Still?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm never going to get it. It is what it is.
I keep changing my birthday. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll just have to try. But after you do 3 guesses, it kicks you out. So
Yeah, because you're just trying to scam the system.
I'm like, all right, I got 200 days to figure out if they have my wrong birthday. It'll take me to figure out.
That's weird.
I don't think there's anyone to call. It just keeps telling you.
Yeah, the line's probably busy at this point.
Use the website. I'm like, oh, okay.
Great.
All right, these glitches are fun. I like watching me glitch out. I'm changing this cable as soon as we hang up.
I'm
What's
hungry.
that?
I'm eating friggin' candy for breakfast.
All right, I love Sour Patch Kids. They are probably one of my favorite food.
The tropical one's a bomb.
I don't think I've ever had them, but with the exception of when you eat too many of them and then your teeth begin to hurt.
Well, that's
teeth hurt?
If you eat too many of them, I would get my teeth and your jaw hurts, right? Because you're chewing so much, and your jaw
gets too many, a bag.
2 bags, maybe 3 bags, 2 or 3.
That is too many.
What's up, George? George was not on the Kiwanis meeting yesterday. How are you, George? Yeah, but the one thing I got to say about the Kiwanis meeting, Moss, and I texted you about this, is every time you you go to make hey, why don't we do this? When someone else jumps in front of you, I'll do it.
Whatever. I just laugh. I can't be on the board because I didn't make enough meetings. But why don't we run a list of, okay, you went and you took from the organization. I didn't go, but always gave.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, George is yelling at us. I was busy. Happy birthday to Gina. That is a perfectly good reason.
So we'll ask. George is a former president, right?
Of the Kiwanis. No, I don't think of our club he wasn't a president, but I think he is soon, maybe
so,
2 years.
So George, I'm not allowed to be on the board or anything due to the fact that I only I miss a lot of meetings because I'm actually out doing stuff, and next year's president. And the thing is, I'm not allowed to be on the board because I didn't attend enough meetings. But people that come to every meeting are very opinionated, talk the talk, but don't walk the walk, are allowed to be on the board, but probably never go in their pocket the way I do. What's your opinion about that, George?
Yes. Yeah, we put that bylaws 4 years ago.
Listen, sometimes, Mike, what was the purpose of last night's meeting? Did we get anything done? Did we get anything accomplished?
No.
Okay. So I find that, it's important to have bylaws and it's important to, apply by the rules. But let's talk about this. So if you go to every meeting, you don't put much into it, but you have more say than people that always get leaned on.
Right.
Well,
Were you the one that 2 years ago like applied for the board and then you got an email that you couldn't be on the board? Was that you? Like,
Yeah,
was that Rapid Chula?
Well, no, that was me. Everyone said, "Oh, you should join the board. You'd be a great ad." I said, "Guys, I'd love to join the board." I'm like, you know what? As a regular member, it's hard for me to be involved. But if I'm going to be part of the decision-making process, I'll be there and I'll be committed.
So right, when you commit.
When I commit, I commit. Being a member, all right, you guys part of a member. We don't take attendance. Attendance doesn't mean anything. Just support us. If you can't if you can't come to every meeting, when we need you to write a check, write a check. Okay.
Right. And then when it came time to it,
I got abused.
I remember that being a thing. I think Rapid Chula. Well, I lost that. I went in the elections for that board and did not get selected. And like it's crazy. Like there's all this drama in like these groups, right? For where you're helping people. And like the day of the election, people who haven't showed up to meetings in like months showed up and all voted for like the one person. So like the person gets on the board and then everyone's like,
America.
and I didn't vote for myself, and apparently I lost by 1. And they're like, you would have been on the board. Why didn't you vote for yourself, Mike? I'm like, because I was voting for others. I didn't realize. And apparently, like they're like,
the president go in the voting booth and they vote for themselves every 4 years.
Mike, are you running this year? I am not running this year because I said there's certain people that were running for the board. I didn't want to run against If
you heard I don't want to mess
what?
You heard I was running.
Are you running?
No.
Oh, I heard you were running.
No,
Michelle told me who there was only one board seat. She told me who expressed interest in it, and I said, "Well, I'm not looking to go. This is, let that person have it if they want. I said I'm not gonna. I would have liked to been on the board when Michelle was president because we're good friends, and I would have liked to support her. And I do feel bad because I feel like she's been president this year, and I didn't really get to support her as much as I would have liked to because, having a baby and that kind of right in the middle of things makes it hard to go to these meetings when your wife's at home with a 2-year-old and a newborn.
Not the right time.
But whenever any meetings I can go to, and especially the virtual meetings, like the one thing I'll say, Mas, and you might disagree with me, is even when you get back to when we get back to a point when we could have a Kiwanis meeting at a restaurant, there should still be a virtual piece because not everyone can come to show up drive a half an hour, be the meeting, eat dinner, whatever. But maybe they could call in for the half an hour when you're talking about things that are important.
Listen, you're going to have the option. The only thing I disagree on, and I put a stop to it here, is that if we're having a meeting and you can't attend, you're allowed to listen, but I don't think you should be able to speak.
Oh, for you do that for the bingy or for partners?
For partners in town, like, all right, I can't make the meeting. I'm going to call in. No, it don't work because everyone's in the room. As soon as you start talking, everyone looks down at their phone.
Right.
It's not. It's just not.
And I don't know if it should be calling. It should almost be like a Zoom meeting, like where you can still see the people.
Maybe a Zoom, but I've noticed that, sometimes we'll have a meeting and people are like, oh, I can't make it. I'll call in. And then, you're talking and that person loses connection or it sucks.
Right. Yeah, look, it's hard. Like, so even for so we're having the social. And this is something I didn't know about Zoom that I found out you could do with Zoom, and this glitching is annoying me. So what is the biggest pain in the ass about a Zoom happy hour, right? And a social is you put 30 people and everyone's trying to talk at one time. And then the other thing is you might not all have the same topics, right? Me and Mas might want to talk about this, where Laura and Christina want to talk about their own thing. So I found out it's not enabled by default in Zoom, but in Zoom you could do breakout rooms.
I asked that question a couple of weeks ago, if you remember.
Did you? So you could create breakout rooms. So on the next social we're doing for the executive club, I'm going to create breakout rooms. We're all going to start in one, and then I'm going to say, all right, who wants to go to room one? Who wants to go to, and we'll create probably like 4 breakout rooms. So you take 20 people and now drop them into 4 different breakout rooms. So now you can have people who want to just talk together in their own thing, and then you could bring them all back to the main room after they're done. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is, and there's a Chrome plugin that seems to fix it, I got to mess with, is as the administrator, I have to move people around. There's not a way for them to say, hey, like Moss can't go and work the room. Like say, okay, now I want to go to breakout room 2 on his own. That's where one thing I think Zoom's lacking is you should make it as an option as administrator. I want to allow people to move themselves around. Because maybe like I want, hey, jump in room 1. Hey guys, what's up? What are you talking about? All right, I'll be back. Jump to room 2. Hey, So instead, I have to basically they have to come and send me a message. Hey, Mike, I want to move now. You gotta move. That's a pain. But I will tell you, Zoom is doing and yes, you can have multiple admins in Zoom. And Zoom is doing so much to fix and make things better. I just got an email from them today that their version 5 is coming out today, and they've done full encryption, and they're doing a lot and listening to what people are saying. Mm-hmm. So my guess is the breakout room functionality will probably be corrected and made improved. But that's the biggest thing. It's an amazing tool to be able to get together and hold these socials, but it has to be a better way because you can't have 20 people talk. And it's just like a walkie-talkie, right? Like we learned on this when we first started doing this, when you all try to talk over each other,
sound gets created.
Right. It's not like in person, whoever's the loudest voice. In digital way, it's just like all gets meshed together, and it's like, what? And that's what happens in a Zoom meeting. But I'm also a terrible Zoom participant. Moss will tell you, yesterday I had children. I have my daughter in one hand. And he's sending me pictures of me with my daughter.
You turn around and said, I hate children.
Christina, does he hate children?
I don't think so. He has a couple.
He just hates children on Zoom meetings.
Guys.
I don't like them on a professional setting.
Listen, to me, I feel that it's very rude to be in a meeting and to be on your phone. I think it's very, if you're going to come into a meeting or do something, give me your undivided attention. If you can't be there 100%, then, guys, I'm sorry, I got to run. I need 5 minutes. Can we take a break? My time is not more important than yours, and yours is not more important than mine. I'm sorry.
Right. No. Right. No, Michelle, they asked me to be in the yesterday's Zoom, and because I've been hosting it for them as well.
Why don't you go to my PC?
Because I'm a Drive partner, and I've been on Drive for 6 years now. That go to my PC, that whole free thing that they give to Drive participants came later, and they never gave it to the partner. So it's like really, like everyone gets it, and they've given it free to they've backtracked and gave it free to everyone else. And I'm like, I'm a partner. Do I get free? Oh, we're looking into it. That was 2 years ago. Okay. So it's so stupid. It really is. So Zoom's only like $15 a month for the single user, but I'd love to have GoToMeeting because technically, we all share it. Drive rocks. Thanks, Mike. You're welcome, George. All voice over IP is huge and really had made this transition for many businesses easier. The fact that people can now still take office calls, I have my phone here in the office, in my home office, and all my techs have the phones. The fact that you can just take your phone and still be like you're home is huge compared to what it was years ago, right? You would have done call forwarding, people using their cell phones, So for businesses that made the transition to voice over IP prior to this, so much, so easy for them.
Agreed.
George says he took his phone home. Most of your employees are furloughed, and the ones who aren't, Moss, right, are actually still coming to the office, right? It's just kind of the heads.
What happened?
Like you can have people take their phones home.
A couple of the girls did, and they winded up. They just wanted to have a phone in the house just in case, and they said the app works just as good.
Oh, the app's great. Yeah. So the app when they first came out with it, like 4 years ago, was terrible. But they've made huge leaps and bounds. It's really good. The only thing I hate about the app, which is if I'm on like a real phone call, not a mobile phone, like a drive call, and a drive call comes in, it almost takes over my phone. So I'll be like in the middle of a real conversation, and all of a sudden the drive app is ringing in my ear, and I'm like, I'm on the phone, right? Because it's different than like the phone. So like where normally it'd be call waiting, no, it just starts like ringing in your ear, and like you're like, oh my god, please go away. I'm on a call already. That's the only downside. But I don't. That might be different iPhone versus Android, because that might be the way the API is with Android. It's not bad. All right, 10:53. We could end early. We don't have to go all day.
Laura talks too much.
She does. She was talking before you came. We learned.
I scare her.
You scare everybody.
Do I?
You're an acquired taste, Massimo. Give her time.
What?
He said,
You're an acquired taste.
There's no argument there.
Yeah.
Listen, when you first meet me, you don't like me. It's okay.
I don't know if Christina likes you yet. We're still yet to be determined.
I'm still learning. I find that
You're still learning, Massimo. You've been on about 70 shows with them.
Yep.
But Christina might be a little bit of an acquired taste too, right?
I'm probably just as much as an acquired taste for sure.
Right. Moss had to get used to you smoking and
Moss
doing your makeup.
doesn't like me either. So.
Who said I don't like you?
Yes.
Creating drama.
What are you doing there? I will say, Christina did not do her makeup at all this week.
I haven't done my makeup in like weeks, period.
It's annoying when you do makeup on the show.
You dig or ding it?
I do.
Oh, she knows that. I got yelled out by Nicole yesterday.
Why?
That if you do that talk on Gotham, keep it on Gotham. Don't bring that talk to Breakfast with Bloomy. And I got yelled out. So
it's my fault. That's all I heard from Gotham.
She's like started yelling at me when he came up. What are you kidding me? This is a professional show.
Sorry, Nicole.
I was like, I'm sorry. I don't really think we talked about it that much. And she's like, I was like,
well, that's like I said, no girl wants to hear about their man talk about the word porn at all. I don't even want
no conversation. We're not talking it here. But it was fun. But you see, that just shows you who the true boss of Techie Geek is. It's not me. Just so you all know.
Life, right?
It's definitely not me. I just do what I'm commanded to do. Who's this? I have an interesting live cast today at 2 p.m. I can't click. Oh, right. People in the comments can click it. I cannot click it. But,
well, we have In the Week with the Geeks at 2 p.m.
Yeah, we have a 2 o'clock show on Fridays, George, but we're only from 2 to 2:15. So I'll push people your way at 2:15. Me and my wife were discussing. Yeah, and that's fine discussing the stack. And we had, I guess she just doesn't want it done on Breakfast with Blue.
At 10 a.m.
The Vaughn Agency. Yes. What's up? Why is he repeating the Vaughn Agency? Oh, wait. Tom's here.
Tom Bang is here, down to the felt. How is everybody doing? Moss? Phase 4, how's it going?
That does kind of
See, I could have his voice. It's with Mario Gallucci. Who's Mario Gallucci?
Mario Gallucci is a Beanie Board member. He's probably one of the top criminal defense attorneys in the tri-state area. He is an amazing cook, and really, really, really good people.
What restaurant is he from? Because is he from a restaurant?
No, he used to be a partner in Hellbach, Napper, and Gallucci. He's a criminal defense attorney.
Right, but you said he was an amazing cook, so I don't know if he also was just like you've been to his
Joe
house.
Joe Russo is the vice president of Pro Show, but is an amazing cook.
Okay,
that's a passion. But Mario's good people. I met him in BNI, Jesus Christ, 10, 12 years ago. And he's become a very, very close friend. He's helped my family during some difficult times where we needed, legal counsel. And he's always did the right thing in regards to what was right, for that situation. So good people. He's a really good. I was actually going to ask him to be a guest for Midday with Moss.
So you could get him for 3 today. He could do 2 Red George and come right to our show.
No, I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let the week simmer down. We had Nikki Barbati. This was the Barbati week.
And is he coming on as a co-host in the future?
We're probably gonna have to speak to him about that. Yes.
Great, man. What time is our STK Steaks coming today?
Tomorrow.
No, is it? They come Saturday?
They're coming tomorrow.
Not Friday?
They're coming tomorrow.
Okay, all right. They are? I thought they come Friday, but you're probably right. I don't know. I wasn't there.
They came Friday last time.
No, I'm on the closet. They're coming. Tom Battis, Ma, 7 p.m. tonight. I think I'm going to bring you on tonight to drink while I give away $500 in online poker. Although Rap might get mad if we do it during COVID talks.
Now you got Moss on. Moss will definitely be on at 7 p.m.
What? I don't even know if he realizes I'm not speaking to him.
Why? Is he texting you?
No, he hasn't even texted.
How can he not know you're not speaking to him? You've brought it up in many of attempts. And he was on Gotham After Dark, and I was like, oh, Rap's here. And then you were like, the name that cannot be spoken. Are you texting him right now?
No, I want to see the last time I spoke to. Hold on.
Stand by. Now I'm
May
Todd.
5th.
Todd.
10 days ago was the last time you spoke to him? That's a long time ago.
My last conversation. Text you a question you don't understand. I call you, don't answer. Please tell me how you would like to proceed.
He told you.
No.
I know. He told you how he liked to proceed. He ignored you.
So that's kind of what I took. That was at 7:30. That was exactly 10 days ago.
That's a good one, George. He's now called Voldemort.
I don't get it.
The Harry Potter guy, Voldemort. He's the unspeakable.
We yesterday. You don't know.
Well, we told him the whole thing yesterday.
Oh, you get nervous? I heard when women touch their hair when they're around me, it's like a sign.
Well, you're off.
All right, 11 a.m.
Oh, come on, guys.
I just have Nicole in my ear. She just tells me who to drop people. It's not even me. She was like, drop them out.
Channel 7, ABC announces New York City Pride celebration on air and online on June 28th. That's cool. Mm-hmm. All right, folks.
All right, let's end this. Wait, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out what's on Christina's board. 12 hours, 1 quarter tab, 1 tab.
Oh, it's for my dog medicine.
I
need to visually have it out in front of my eyes so I could comprehend it in my brain.
I like how on your board is basically your dog's medicine.
Medicine, Mike's strikes against him for antagonizing. These are my to-do list for Techie Geek.
That's it. That's the board. So at least I made the board on a list of how many times I stir the pot. I do. That is the one thing I miss about being in the office is being able to stir the pot without everyone seeing I'm stirring the pot. Like I go in the one room and I'd be like, "Hey, Josh, did you hear what Gary said about you?" Or Gary's like in the kitchen. He's like, "What Gary said?" And then that's what I enjoy. You're a shit stirrer too, Moss, though.
Oh, I'm definitely a shit stirrer.
I love it. It's like I don't really stir the shit really bad. It's just enough to have some fun. But I will miss. I guess we're gonna have to see if Laura takes over for Nikki in terms of this. Like Nikki and Christina would just argue for hours. I'd be in my
Laura's marketing, Christina's sales.
Yes,
but Christina also has a background in marketing.
Correct.
So if Christina comes up with an idea and says, Laura, you should implement it, she might be insulting her intelligence. But then if Laura comes up with an idea that Christina doesn't like, Christina might be like, that's stupid. You got your fucking hands full, bro.
But that's not even what they would fight about. Like, they didn't really fight about work. They would fight. Nikki and Christina would just fight about like politics and world events, like just interesting stuff. You're the Jim of the office. Who is Dwight? Who would be the Dwight in our office?
The Jim, though. You?
I would. You're out. He's like office.
You're the Michael. What do you mean? You're the Michael.
What? You trying to say I'm an idiot?
No, you're the boss.
He's like, come out. I've never seen The Office. I don't know what this is. What's The Office? What's that other movie? Office Space. What Office Space? I've never seen that movie. Who would see that movie? Laura's like, what is that movie? You've never seen Office Space?
Oh, that's a great one. You should watch
it. Who is it with? I might like
Jennifer
Aniston and that guy from the Sex and the City Post-it note debacle. I don't know his name.
Oh, was he in Sex and the City? That guy?
He was in a couple episodes. Yeah, he was a fellow writer that she met at the office. What is his name?
Ron Livingston.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer Aniston, Dave Herman. It's a very good movie. If you've never seen it, it's funny. It's an old, was it 90 something? I would say 1999. Mike Judge, who's basically Beavis and Butthead. So he's done a lot of like good. He's known Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, King of the Hill, Silicon Valley, which is an amazing show about techs and geeks. But Office Space is if you've never seen it and you're looking for something to watch this weekend, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it holds up. And they destroy a printer in it. What was the error? Oh, I can't think of what the error on the printer. And
he's like, you like that?
Then they're so mad they just take the printer and they destroy it outside in the. It's a good movie.
All right, let's go. I got.
All right, we're ending this. Thank you. Join us. Happy Friday. What comes first? 2:00. End the week with the geeks. Come see us then, and we have a good for a beginning of your Friday. I have no idea what I'm looking for. Here we go.